From his forthcoming release called Smash, that's Stephen Pearcy with Jamie. And just before that, we heard some Keel with So Many Girls, So Little Time from the Right to Rock release. And a guy who knows a little bit about So Many Girls and So Little Time, especially with his schedule, my good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Chris?
Well, if we can do a whole show, huh? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, good. Well, let's do a show.
All right, excellent. Well, tonight on the Classic Metal Show, we got our good friend Ron Keel calling in about 35 minutes. He's got a new song that we are debuting here on the Classic Metal Show, and he's going to bring us up to date with his activities with the Badlands Pawn and, of course, the Badlands House Band and all of his solo work. And Ron's a busy guy. I got to visit with Ron at the end of September, as you're well aware, Chris.
Right, sure.
And he does a show on KBAD, K-B-A-D, up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And he allowed me to join him on his show for about a half an hour.
Yeah.
And he's got quite a gig going on up there at the Badlands Pawn, the Guns, Gold, and Rock and Roll. So he fits right in up there.
He had you ready to move to South Dakota, didn't he?
Well, you know, it is kind of a cool thing going on up there. I mean, you wouldn't think South Dakota, you know, is that like a destination location? Well,
right.
Well, the owner, Chuck Brennan, he is attempting to make it so.
It's his little Vegas.
It is, and he built a very cool venue there, a state-of-the-art venue. They have a cool radio station there, which is simulcast on television on a couple of Fox affiliates in the region, and they broadcast up there. And then I guess they've got like some kind of a raceway in another part of the city that goes along with that. And, you know, it's just going to be something that they'll continue expanding. It's got a gold shop. They've got this major gun store up there. You can go up there and fire a machine gun.
Did you do that?
I did not. I tell you what, I was talking to a couple of guys up there, and in order to shoot, I think, you know, like 10 seconds worth. It's like $50 worth of ammo in like 10 seconds. It's like,
yeah. All right, give us your card again.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the guys was standing there, and you'd hear people out there in the gun range shooting at it. He goes, "There's $50. There's $50."
You couldn't get Chuck to spot you $50?
Well, I wasn't in the gun shop long enough. I did tour around the gun shop and did take a look at a few pieces of weaponry, and they had some very cool stuff up there. Some collector's items, as well as, you know, some of the more run of the mill stuff that you could probably buy at most sporting shops or any kind of gun shops. But they had some very cool stuff up there. They even had a Gatling gun up there.
What's their pricing look like? Is it like regular pricing?
Yeah, it's regular pricing. It's not out of control at all.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah, so, and you can go watch them actually melt down gold and make stuff out of gold up there. And I mean, it's a very interesting, cool place to go if you're interested in that kind of a thing.
Now, this was South Dakota or Trump Towers?
Well, you'd think it was the mini Trump Tower over there.
Maybe that's Trump's West Coast place.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Chuck Brennan is no slouch in his own right as far as making money. And he's a big fan of rock and roll. He likes the rock music. He's got a lot of good affiliations. People like Kiss. He's had Kiss at his venue. And then he's got he's kind of a philanthropist in some regard, where he's got a music school or academy where kids who want to learn to, you know, play a musical instrument, they can go to the academy for free.
Right.
And when different acts come through town, he asks them to volunteer, you know, an afternoon or a couple hours at the school to sit with the kids and maybe teach them something, you know, whether it be vocals or any kind of musical instrument. And, you know, it's kind of a cool thing. So these kids who go to this music academy get to, rub elbows with professional musicians.
That's got to be fun for the kids,
Yeah, I agree. So, so that's what they do up there at the Guns, Gold, and Rock and Roll at the Badlands Pond.
Well, sounds like a fun time to me.
Yep. So Ron works there full time. He's got he wears several hats up there. He, like I said, he hosts a show in the afternoon, and he's also the head of the Badlands House Band, and he does, they have shows through the week and, different, events that go on up there, and he's kind of the showman up there. So he's got a lot of things going on.
Well, Ron has always been, as long as we've known him, have we ever known him to be just kind of doing one thing? I don't think so.
No, not at all. Ron is always a busy guy. And so we're going to have him on here in about a half an hour, and he's going to just kind of bring us up to date as to what's going on with him. And he's got a new song to debut here. And and it's very cool that Ron thinks of us whenever he's doing something and he'd like to get the word out.
Yeah, it was cool when we got the email, last week or whatever, saying, "Hey, boys." I like that. I like that somebody that's like famous or well-known or whatever just reaches out to us like, "Hey, boys, what's up?"
Yeah, here's a new song. Can we debut it on the show?
Yeah, sure we can. Why not?
Yeah, why not? So anyway, tomorrow you're going to go see Jason Bonham, yeah?
I am going to go see Mr. Bonham for the second time in, 6 months?
Yeah, he's here tonight. He's right down the road from me tonight, but I chose to do the show rather than go to the show, even though I kind of wanted to go. But I decided to stay around. It's one of the last live shows of this year, and so I'm here.
And especially after last week's debacle, we need to do a real show.
Yeah, absolutely. So, things kind of happen. It's very rare when it happens anymore. But speaking of technical difficulties, I took you up on your suggestion and was listening back to some of the archive shows.
Oh, yeah.
That you sent the link to. I was listening to it this afternoon while I was doing stuff. And it's very clear that we were just trying to find our way at that point.
Sure.
We were silly and doing a lot of quips and whatnot, and you could tell that the chemistry was definitely there, but we were sort of like picking around, trying to have a cohesiveness.
It was funny. I was listening to probably the same one you were, the one from February.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how little we talked. It was like, we jammed it all into like 10 minutes and then, okay, here's another half hour of tunes. There was a lot of tunes that were getting played, but you're right. It was, we were like quick hitting in and out, and where now we take a little bit to kind of find our way into shit, then it was like either hit or move. And another thing that was kind of weird, did you notice how many segments we had, like predefined segments?
Yeah, absolutely.
We had the Jag Off of the week, and what were some of the other ones?
Well, we had the Jag Off of the week, then we had the Sleaze Rock Song of the week.
Right.
And then we had the CD review or fan review.
Right, the fan review.
We did the fan review, and then let's see, what else did we have? We had
two or three interviews a show.
Right, and we had the Blabbermouth something segment of the week, or
we had the what was that one called? Like Trash It or Cash It or
something like that. It was we were always coming up with we were kind of patterning what we did on the show, kind of based on a commercial radio format in some regard.
Right, sure.
And then, once we kind of broke it open, and I heard you talking about it on the solo show that you did with Mike Hannon and Randy and Omam.
Oh, yeah.
About what broke the show open is when we did the whole Laser Wolves thing and talked to Mike Kushnick of Thor and all that. That kind of broke it open for us. But the shows that the archive show that was playing this week, or that you sent me the link to, was definitely before that.
Yeah, it was. It was clearly like right. That was like right when I first joined the show, wasn't it? Like early 2006.
It was. Well, yeah. You came in either late 2005 or early part of 2000. It was late 2005.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were still kind of finding our way, and of course, the technical end was still kind of sketchy at times.
Sure.
And then, of course, you kind of developed your whole soundboard over there where you had all your movie clips and all your little, things that you did. And we were interjecting that, but it was just building the show. And it just morphed into what it is today.
Right.
So very interesting listening back. That was 2006.
Right.
So that was 10 years ago.
Almost 11.
Yeah, 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah, it seems like forever ago, doesn't it?
It does. It does. So anyway, interesting. But if you want to know what we're talking about, the Archive Classic Metal Show shows from 10 years ago are available. Tell them how they're available, Chris.
Well, we're working with our good buddy Corey over at Uncontrolled Noize. And Corey and I put together a show called CMS OD, which is, either on demand or overdose or however you want to take it. But it's over there at uncontrollednoise.com. And you can go there and he plays. I'm not sure what day he's playing it on. I know he does, but I don't remember what days, honestly. But he's playing it during the week. And if you wait till Friday, there's a new one released every Friday that you can download. It's the full show with the music, because everybody bitches about the music. But you can get the whole show with the music right there on the on Uncontrolled Noize. So nice. It's a good deal.
And it's free, man.
Free!
Yeah, really. So good stuff. Yeah, I did listen to a little bit of it because it's been a long time since I've actually listened to or heard any of that stuff, and it's just wow, where's the time gone?
Dude, I was listening at about 8:15 or so. I got a text or a message from DJ Lee Stone. She hit me up and she's listening tonight, and she was listening. She had the time off by an hour, like she was listening and trying to figure out if we were live or not, but she was listening to the Spreaker stream. And she was listening to the Guns N' Roses. Remember when Axl did we were comparing.
Oh, yeah, the knees, the head and shoulder, knees and toes.
Knees and toes. She was listening to that and laughing her ass off. So I tuned in to see what was going on. And the segment right after that was the very first time Mikey called.
Oh, nice.
And that shit was hilarious. That kid, he was 11 years old when he first called.
Yeah, now he's almost 21 now.
I know. That's just nuts.
Yeah, it is.
But he sounded every bit of 11, and just and immediately me trying to get him to say "fuck you, pal," and and his mom in the background saying he can't say that. He can't say that.
And Mike Sr. saying he's not going to say "fucker."
Yeah.
Too good.
And Mike Sr. saying I could do worse than you guys.
Yeah, nice.
You were like, yeah, whatever, dude. It's not about being worse.
Yeah. So it's funny, but yeah, how time has gone by, and listening back, it just kind of reminded me of where this show came from and how it morphed to what it is today. And I saw a few people make some comments that there was a time when certain people or certain people who listened to the show wanted less talk and more music, and other people wanted more talk and less music. And sure. I saw a few comments about people who listened back and said, wow, you guys played a lot of music then. I'm glad you don't do that anymore.
Well, it's a different time too. I mean, back then people were listening for music. Now you can listen to your music all you want. It's all on Spotify. You don't even have to own it.
Sure.
So it's a different time, and it's a different show, and we still play some music to keep people aware of what's going on, but look, it really is a different animal these days.
It is
new breed of animal coming out of this ranch.
Yeah, no kidding. So Anyway, if you're interested in the old stuff, it's available.
Yeah.
So go over to Uncontrolled Noize and check out the Classic Metal Show OD or CMS OD.
Yes.
And go get yourself a handful.
Yep, it's all going to be there. It's literally I on Thursday, I think it was, I was programming it, because I programmed the website for Corey to air each week, and it's programmed up through, I think, May.
Okay.
So there's literally 6 months already in automation ready to go. So for the next 6 months, you can get an extra edition of the Classic Metal Show. And it's all from 2006. I'm just going in order from 2006. So if you want to hear some of the oldest stuff we have, that's it. Go listen.